So let's talk about active versus passive socialization. In this class, you're striving for a healthy dose of both. What are they? Active socialization are things that we purposely introduce to our dogs. The act of being in a puppy club is really active socialization. We are teaching them to face these things that we think they may need to socialize to in the future. So we're teaching them now as babies. Passive socialization is the things that your puppy comes across in their day-to-day goings-on that they just become habituated to. It's important that your dog get a healthy dose of both of these. So what we're really striving for with our dogs is a happy balance between them being cautious and also having the confidence to accept and explore new things.
So let's talk about canine socialization periods. There are several periods that happen through a dog's life that are important socially. They're mostly the same for all dogs that kind of form within about the same kind of weeks. The first one happens from birth to 4 weeks of age. And this was where the mom really starts the socialization process.
Yeah, absolutely. If you think about the way a mother dog interacts with her puppies, at this point it's mostly suckling. So they're suckling on her teats. But the mom will give the puppy their first lesson in bite inhibition here at this time. If a puppy suckles too hard, she might turn around and just kind of nudge them away or woof at them a little bit. And that's going to teach the puppy to back up a little.
And it's also in this period sound and smell and body language are starting to be developed. And then we move into the next one, which is between 4 and 8 weeks about.
Yeah, and this is when they start to really look like puppies and act like puppies a little bit more too. Even though you don't have them home yet, they're looking a lot more like the puppies we know when we get them into 8-week-olds.
Yeah, they're litter mates, they're siblings, they're learning through each other, through play, and a lot of their being a dog is happening right now.
It is. And they're starting learning to give and receive corrections, which we'll talk about corrections a little bit later in the presentation. But in this 4 to 8-week-old period, mom's still giving plenty of these little hey, you need to knock it off and back up a little bit corrections. But puppies will start to give them. If one puppy sort of rolls another puppy too hard, that puppy might fire back at them a little bit. And that's when a puppy learns hey, you might need to inhibit that behavior a little bit. So this is really the first time they're getting a dose of that from another dog.
And this is all happening pretty much before you're bringing your puppy home.
Yeah, absolutely. So now comes the scary stuff, because that's up to 8 weeks and you haven't had to do any of it. But once your puppy gets to 8 weeks, the onus is really on the dog owner and you, the trainer, because you're who that dog owner is looking to guide them through where you need to go with socialization.
And now we're at 8 weeks, so the next period we're looking at 8 to 16 weeks of age, and this is when you, as a trainer, are going to get your new owners coming in, and it's time to start puppy club.
Yeah, this is it. This is where you need to get them. You will have people coming in after that 16-week mark, but I think there are a lot of really good advances in veterinary medicine right now, and people are learning behavior, so people are starting to bring their puppies in, or even reach out to trainers before they get their puppies, because they're ready to start this.
Which is awesome. And then after this 16-week age, this socialization period between 8 and 16 weeks, your window is starting to close. So we really want those puppies coming in before they're 16 weeks old to start puppy club.